When will my ex start to be impacted by the breakup? My name is Coach Adrian, relationship coach. Welcome to all of you listening to us on our podcast, and welcome to all of you watching us on Love Advice TV. A lot of individuals want to know when the breakup impacts the dumper. And that is a beautiful question. The reality is that the breakup has already impacted your ex. Many times, based on experience, it is safe to say that an ex feels the impact of the breakup right away, even if they don't show it. Perhaps it's not the impact that you would want, but the reality is that they're already a different person. You can feel it by how cold and how distant they are. Often, it is very common for people in coaching sessions to tell me that they don't recognize their ex. They're cold, they're bitter, and oftentimes they're afraid and insecure, and they want to reassure themselves that they have made the right decision. The reality is that the breakup will impact the dumper and the dumpee, you and your ex, in different ways. Oftentimes, if you are being dumped, you have the rug swept from underneath your feet. It puts you in a heightened emotional state where you're no longer your rational self. And so you start to focus on everything you're going to lose. You start to overvalue the relationship itself, and you start to only focus on the quality traits and attributes of the person that is dumping you. Similarly, your significant other feels like they have a false sense, a renewed sense of freedom, of hope, and of happiness, the blank canvas effect. The truth is that your significant other is also feeling pain, though, and they're expressing that pain in a different way. Oftentimes, it is through the breakup act itself. It's pain of not being where they want in life, not being happy, not having faith in what the future holds. That is what leads to the breakup. It is also important for you to see that the impact that the breakup has had on your significant other can be manifested through their actions. Perhaps they're doing completely different things that they used to do during the relationship. Perhaps they will even look different as a means to try to cope with the change that has occurred. And that's why it's quite common for individuals to be surprised when their ex starts doing things that they claim they did not like, that they did not value, that they start to hang with individuals that is completely different from everything that they used to be about. And in some ways, it's their way of expressing a shift and a direct correlation to the impact that this breakup is happening on the dumper. Now, it's important for you to understand that a shift will occur as you're able to pull away. This is a concept that is very difficult for a lot of people to understand because you fear that if you pull away, they're going to forget about you. They're going to build connections with someone else. And that the goal is not to pull away. The goal is to be together. But we want to be able to create a break, a shift, so that you have a chance at a new, different type of relationship. Otherwise, if you were to quickly get back together, or if you were to stay in touch, it would be the continuation of the old that the dumper has already said no to. And that's why detachment is so critical. A shift will happen when you pull away. It will start to impact the dumper. A shift will occur when you are able to convey to your significant other that you don't need them to be happy. Again, that is something that most of the dumpees are afraid to convey. You want to convey that you need them. You want to convey that they make you happy. You feel like by showering them with love, attention, and validation, they will somehow value you more. But you're in a different process now. You're no longer in a relationship. They no longer want that from you. You need to be able to actually keep them on their toes. You need to be able to show them the best of what you have to offer. Think back at the time when you guys started to fall in love, or when you first started to date. It was your quality strength, your quality traits, your strengths, your positive mindset, your independence that enabled them to fall in love with you. And being able to convey to yourself and to others and to your ex that you can genuinely be happy after the relationship will give you a chance to not only impact the way that they see you, but also to create the foundations for a new relationship. The breakup will start to impact the dumper as you start to come out of your shell, as you start to be happy again, as we've talked about. But the breakup will also start to impact the dumper when you start to do new things, when you start to be social again, when they have to come to grasp with the fact that they no longer control you, that you are a free agent, that you can do whatever you please, and that they have no oversight over those activities. That starts to impact the dumper, even if they tell you that they want you to be happy, even if they tell you that you should date other people. Those are all theoretical statements that convey that they have too much power, that you have validated them way too much, that you've put them on a pedestal, and that they need space. But the reality is that if you actually start to act in that way, it will impact them. They're a human being, of course, who still probably has feelings for you, despite what they may have told you. The breakup also starts to impact the dumper when you are able to develop new qualities, new habits, because your significant other feels that they know who you are, what you're capable of. They think that you can't change. So by evolving, you start to sow doubt in their mind. Even if you're not in touch, even if you're blocked, it's not about just showcasing change to them. It's about focusing on actually evolving first and foremost. Then we can worry about how to reconnect with your significant other. The breakup will also start to impact the dumper when you are able to communicate without conflict or negativity. In some ways, your ex is expecting you to beg, to plead, to argue, or to be desperate. And once you're able to convey to them that you're no longer in that bad state of mind, or that you're no longer in desperate need of their reassurance and validation, it starts to impact them. If you're able to really make them smile, to make them laugh, to show a certain level of detachment when you are engaging with them, of course it will have an impact. And of course they will continue to want to be around you, to hear from you, because they will be impacted by the shift and the transformation that has occurred in you. Finally, the breakup will impact the dumper when you look good, when you're taking care of yourself and of your look. Unfortunately, we as human beings and our lower nature are attracted to beautiful things. And in relationships, many times people stop taking care of themselves during their relationship, and so it turns off your significant other or your ex. So as you start to regain a certain level of confidence and well-being, as you start to regain your mojo and your swagger, and you start to look good again, it will plant seeds of doubt in your ex's mind. Perhaps they'll think that you're dating someone else, or they'll just simply want that reassurance and that validation they could still have you if they wanted to. But either way, it will impact them. It is very important for you to understand that all of these tips and insights are not shared as a way to try to get you to get your ex to react in a gimmicky fashion. It's more about giving you access to knowledge and to experience so that you can feel reassured, and so that you can start to see a path forward to create a new relationship with the person that you love. You can take it a step further by doing one of our free trainings accessible in the description in order to continue to learn about the mindset, the qualities, and the concepts that are necessary to rebuild a new and improved relationship. As always, my name is Coach Adrian. You are fighting the good fight, and I thank you for your trust.